In the winter, they had a separate bedroom, so me and Holly used to sleep there in Europe. And we used to heat up a brick, wrap it around the schmata because it was bitter.
Oh, and bring it in the bed.
You slept with that in your bed?
And when we were not, oh my God. And then her mother was a very extremely strict person. So the mother gave her a chore to do something. She was always funny. I have to say that she's the funniest person. So they had a summer kitchen, a winter kitchen.
You want to sit there, or do you want to sit on your bed and I set it up over there? Where would you be more comfortable?
I'm comfortable wherever I am. My name is Dora Srulovic.
Okay.
I had to think.
And where are you from?
Czechoslovakia.
What town in Czechoslovakia?
Zadna.
So you're from Zadna, Czechoslovakia. Okay. Describe Zadna. Like, what was it like where you're from?
It was a fun town. It was a nice town. But
was it a big town
it was
or small?
350 Jewish families lived there.
That was it? Were there other people? There were no...
There were other people, but they were Russian. It's Ukraine.
Yeah.
The Ukraine people.
And you lived in, like, the mountains, right?
In the mountains.
Okay.
It was one street of people. I lived near the street.
How old were you when you went in, like, when the war started? Like, when you were taken? How old were you?
15 years old.
15? And how many people were in your family, and what were
That
their
took
names?
away?
Yeah.
Well, it was 3 brothers and my mother and father.
And how old were... Yeah, and your grandmother, right?
Only my grandmother. Yeah.
And how old were your 3 brothers that were taken?
It was 12, maybe 10 and a half and 7, something.
You had one brother that was in, like, fighting in the war, right?
Mendel.
Mendel was in the war.
But that, you only said who was there. He was 18 and he was taken into to work for the Hungarian army.
Do you remember, like, the time, like, the date, like, around the time that you were taken, like, what time of year that was?
Yeah, it was April.
Was it before or after? Do you remember if it was before or after Passover?
Just a day after Passover.
Do you remember, like, the night that, were you taken during the day or at night?
During the day.
They
I remember every minute of it. Well, you know that we only found that news if people get together and they talk about it. They heard it from this, they heard it from that. They said that we weren't allowed to come out of the house. And then we didn't know anything till the following day. They said, leave everything the way it is, you're going to come back. Do you believe it?
Were you put into a ghetto, or did you go straight?
Not there. They took us to the train. It was the Easter for the Catholic people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And for hours we went, they took us all to a school and they gathered us all there. And overnight, then the following day they put us all and we started to walk. And you know, well, we passed my house. I said, maybe I should have turned around and said, who knows if Emma could ever come back.
Right.
That was on my mind. And then we went to the train. We walked. This train was a regular nice train. This wasn't the train that took us to the camp. They took us to like a little bigger town than mine.
Okay.
Than our town. And they took 5 families and put them in one house. Like they occupied one building, one
like
house.
5 different families were shoved into one house.
Yeah. From there, after 4 or 5 weeks, we were taken to Munkac, to the ghetto.
Okay. Munkac was the ghetto.
Was
and then from there, where did you go?
And from there, we traveled to Auschwitz. We didn't know anything about it. We were all squashed in the cattle car, and we had there was a little opening in the opening in that car.
Yeah.
So we looked, and my father said, I think it's no good. We passing the border now.
Okay. So he knew that you were passing the border and something
Once
wasn't right.
we left, we passed the border. It was no good. We're not staying in Hungary
Right.
anymore.
And what was that car like? What was that train car like?
Bad.
Young
Food.
people?
There was nothing there, and there a lot of people died. They had a bad heart because they didn't give room even to sit. That right.
Well, do you even know?
I would say a week.
You were in a stuffed train for a week?
With no food and water, and not to go to the bathroom?
Maybe it wasn't a week. Maybe it was just days. Like,
Did you, because that's my next question, like, did you have concept of, like, dates and times at any point?
we didn't know anything there. No.
Did you know, like, when you were in the actual concentration, did you know, like, that it was, like, a Jewish holiday coming up? Could you tell by the seasons?
Like
or
when
you guys
Rosh
So
Hashanah and Yom Kippur?
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, that I was with a very religious woman from my town. She was like a rabbi's daughter. And she says, you know what today is? You know, in the camp, they gave us like a little food. And she says, you know, we have to fast today. And we carried it around to work and back, and then we ate it at night.
Do you remember the last time you saw your parents?
It was Auschwitz.
In the car, before the cars, like when you were split, probably.
It must have been already after the ghetto. Because we went by the trees. We saw trees blooming, so it had to be May or
It's
June.
springtime, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And then, so, who did you, like, get
No,
separated
I saw
from
my
her?
father because my father was chosen to live a short time till he went to Mauthausen. So he came to the gate, and he was worried about his mother. He says, "Where is my mother? Did she go with your mother, with the mother?" I said, "Yeah, I think that's it." I didn't even know where my three brothers were.
And that
For
was
the
it.
longest time, I never knew what happened to them. Then one night I dreamed that my mother said, "Don't worry, they're with me."
Describe the living situation in Auschwitz.
There was no living. It was hell all the way. I know that we were kids, 16, 15 or 16 years old, and we were sitting all squashed together. It was in Auschwitz already, and it was in a barrack, and it was a very bad storm, and the roof flew off. She says, "Don't worry, Hitler is going to buy us another roof." Like we were talking,
Oh,
like
that's crazy.
Wow.
yeah, never forgot that, because we didn't know what was happening next.
Right.
From minute to minute to hour, we didn't know what was going to be.
I think you had to hide food, right?
We had to manage, so we have a bite for each day.
Right.
And then we wrapped it up in a piece of paper, and we felt something cooling from the
While you were sleeping?
sleeping. Nobody slept.
And it was a rat?
And it was in a stable on the ground with
Ay.
straw. It was straw.
And what were you wearing? Like, what was your...
They gave us one schmatter there, and I don't even remember. I know that Agnes made sure that she tied the coat around it and she put straw inside there.
That was smart.
To make you look like you were healthy.
Healthy.
Right. Well, that was
she did
actually...
a lot of things.
Well, that's my next
She
question.
never worried about herself, but she got punished in beatings and
For defending you?
Not
Or
to
just
them.
in general, because she was
just whatever
rebellious?
she was doing was
Like
no
she was like a
good.
nervy
Well,
girl.
that's what I wanted to ask you. She was your best friend, and you were with her throughout most of it. Like, explain how you think that might have helped you, in a way.
You know that when she was on the dying bed here, I said, "Thank you for all the things that you were doing for me." A lot of things. One day, because I was very scared of the Germans, and she didn't care whether she got beatings. But I used to always pick up, somebody threw away. I picked her up and I was eating. She said, "What are you eating there?" She said, "Throw it away and I'm going to have something." She was like, oh.
You said she used to pinch your cheeks to keep them,
That
like,
was
rosy.
in Braunschweig.
All the
Always
tonsillitis.
advised me good. I always had tonsillitis because of the throat and this. She says, "Don't stay back," she says. "No matter what happens to you, we'll have to walk and make believe like not," because they would take me right to the
Right.
crematorium.
Yeah.
You know, I can talk from now till
How does this morning?
months and months, and there's so much that went on.
Oh yeah, of course. Well,
One
that's why we
day
wrote down specific questions.
we were all gathered somewhere that they found a barn somewhere, and they said if the people are not gonna say who did that, then we all gonna die. You know, that day we all said Shema Yisrael. We know that we're gonna die that day. Because until they find or somebody should say something, I don't know, you know what, I don't know. We all said Shema Yisrael, but I don't know how it ended up. Whether they found it,
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Name all of the camps.
So
that
the
you
first
went
was
to.
Auschwitz.
So it was Auschwitz.
It starts with Auschwitz.
Okay, so Auschwitz.
The
Then what?
ghetto is a montage. Auschwitz was the first camp. Bergen-Belsen was the second
Right.
camp. And after we went to Braunschweig. Braunschweig was after Bergen-Belsen.
Okay, so
And then we went to, I know it's 5 camps.
altogether you were in 5 camps.
Yeah. We were in that camp, Bendorf. That,
Bender.
And where were you liberated from? What camp was that? Was that Bendorf?
no, we weren't liberated from that camp.
You were.
We were just traveling and traveling
march.
and traveling.
Oh.
And then we stayed in the trains. We already reached Denmark. And then they opened up the door, the cattle car door. They said, well, the war is almost over. You are free. But by then we were like half free.
No one knew
Nobody
what to do.
moved, nobody did anything. But then the Swedish people, the Danish people found out. So the sisters from the churches or from whoever, they came and they said, we better not give these people regular food because they didn't eat for
they'll get
so
sick.
long. So then they brought like oatmeal. And I had no strength, but everybody fell on top of it. We were animals. We didn't care. We didn't believe in anything. We just were like, you know, people become like animals.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. Did
People
you pray?
turned on
Or
each other.
people turned on? Did you guys pray or
No,
anything?
yeah,
Or did you
we-
completely give
It
up?
was not. We were nothing. We were like no people.
Well, but did you guys lose faith in God, or do you feel like you guys looked to Him more?
No, but nobody believed in anything anymore because
So that wasn't that
at
was
that
completely
point we didn't believe. We were wondering why are we
done.
there.
Right.
We didn't do anything. We're just Jewish. That's it.
What your tattoo experience was like,
Oh,
and do
that
you
was
remember
the-
the Nazi's
every other-
face?
Maybe once a week, we walked in the street naked. They took us from one place and they brought us to give us a bath. Not a bath, showers.
Mm.
The same showers, they could turn around whoever wanted to be killed, but we were in the shower. And then they asked, we had to wait the shift because it was thousands and thousands of people there.
And then that's when they would tattoo you, or
And then we were standing, they said, people are going to be tattooed here. And then, and so they had somebody that did it, and
right? Who gave you your tattoo? Was it a man, a woman?
a woman.
And do you remember her face?
No. Auschwitz, we put these tubes, we were digging to put tubes in the,
Oh, in the ground, like irrigation or something.
we were doing like man's work,
Right.
man's job.
Yeah.
And then one day was this. The next day, we were pushing, you ever see like a trail, and there was like a little car, so we were filling it up.
Do you remember ever catching your reflection at any point,
Did
like
ever
while
see
you were
what
in the
looked like?
concentration camp?
Or did you not see yourself till after you were liberated? Did you ever like catch a reflection in like a window or something?
I was interested what I looked like. I'm alive, that's what I did.
No, I know, but you never saw yourself with a shaved head, ever?
No. But you know what? What I remember, I think is here people read about vitamins and this, and we were like kids. They gave us vitamins we thought was poison. The whole front of the school where we were gathered in Sweden was all vitamins all over, no didn't trust. And we got a little bit money from the government, from the Czechoslovakian government. The first thing he sent that whoever went outside, we were locked in over there, should buy us bread. Oh, we had a picnic. That's all we ate is bread all day long. And we didn't pay attention what they gave us. We don't want that food. We ate the bread. And Agnes was like very, she knew that I couldn't go out, and all the Swedish people came to the gates to see us. What do I look? What do we look like? We are all survivors. They gave us all brand new clothes, and we ran, like Agnes ran in the front to see who's coming. And that family that took her in, I told Nava now, she says, I'm not going anywhere until that family finds friends for me.
Mm-hmm.
So then she would go like that.
See, she always thought of you.
And they are very good friends with them. So wherever we were always there. Wherever they went, we were together with
That's
the
fun.
family. Definitely didn't think that I'm going to survive because people were dying like flies.